I was listening to a farm and ranch report yesterday, and they had a guest on the program from he was a government official that I can't remember exactly which one. It was from the agricultural department, and I'm not well versed on agricultural finance. I have a good understanding of economics in general, and 2 plus 2 still equals 4, even in that part of the universe. So I found it interesting what this guest was saying. He said that, and I only caught in on part of it, and what he said was very significant. It virtually echoes what's being said in other parts of the media. And don't get me wrong, I have a genuine distrust of all media, even alternative media. But there are factions within the media that do tell the truth about certain things. And it's obvious that they are telling the truth, even in some of the, I would even say that the least evil of the big networks is probably Fox. Anyway, back to my original thought was that I don't trust anything completely anybody says anywhere about anything. I find out the facts for myself. That's the only way to get the most clear picture that you can get. Anyway, what this agricultural government bureaucrat was saying was that there is a downturn in agriculture, and what he said specifically was that there's a significant liquidity. He didn't call it a crisis. He said a liquidity tightening that was so significant it's impossible to ignore in the farming industry. He said that a direct quote he did say was that farmers and ranchers have had the last 4 years have been good enough that it should get them through the downturn. Now, that's the exact words he said. He said that, and of course, that's on the assumption that these farmers and ranchers acted responsibly with their finances, which that's a real sensitive spot with me when it comes to the hypocrisy of farmers and ranchers who on the one hand say they want government out of their business and turn around and have both hands out for entitlements, farm entitlements, especially dairy farmers. I am of the rock solid opinion, and I am unwavering in this. If you can't operate a business in the free market arena without government help, you should fail. And get out of the way and let somebody who does know how to run a business in the arena. All government subsidies do is make intolerable, outrageous inefficiencies. And it's not just farming. Anything the government touches turns to shit. All entitlements do is make otherwise what could be good, principled, hardworking individuals lazy and inefficient. That's the fact of the matter. And that's the same for me as it is for them. So anyway, I found it interesting that this bureaucrat that to me, that's the canary in the coal mine about an impending disaster, a real one, is when bureaucrats come forth and start telling the truth about these things, which are the only motivation they have is they can't ignore it anymore. Numbers, there's been a lot of people that's done a lot of hard work in the alternative media who've worked so very hard at the real numbers, exposing the lies that's been going on in the government, and what you see with your own eyes backs up a lot of what the alternative media says. I don't go for conspiracy crap. I believe in finding out facts for myself, and as far as conspiracy theories can often be rock solid backed up into conspiracy fact. Anyway, I found it highly interesting that this farm and ranch program gave a very bleak picture for farmers and ranchers, saying that if they done things right, then the last 4 or 5 years should ensure that they get through the downturn. I'm astonished that they even admit that what they call a downturn is an economic depression. And from what I hear every day, the picture just keeps getting darker and darker. Anyway, as for myself, things are still on the same same course, same level, still doing the same things. And I made a video here a while back saying that I thought I should try some non-linear thinking. I may employ some non-linear thinking as far as looking for employment. I mean, I can tell that things are bad enough that not only do I have 3 strikes against me in my my age, my gender, and my race, that it's going to take some unconventional. It's just not. You can't. It's not business as usual when it comes to finding a job anymore. So I'm working on some ideas of what it's going to take to change things. Anyway, that's all for now. If there's more, we'll talk about more along the way. I got to get on the road again.